Hey everyone, Shannon with Apogee the Moon. And this week we are going to be talking about February 22nd through February 28th. So this is the last week of February. We are moving on out. Why does it seem like January took a whole year and February just took a few days? Seriously, I feel like we lived a whole year, a whole 365 days in January, and then February's gone like that. I don't know. Can anyone explain that to me? Because I can't explain it. I don't understand why January felt like it took so long. So anyway, this week we have some really interesting aspects going on. And let me share my screen so you can see. So I love this picture. That's why I have it as the background behind me. I'm going to try and change it up and have different pictures behind me. Just because A, you guys don't need to see my wall that's plastered with astrology stuff. And B, I am trying to use technology to the best of my advantage right now. So this week we do, on the 24th, we have Mars coming into a really nice trine with Pluto. This is a very intense aspect because obviously Pluto and Mars are involved, but it's a harmonious aspect. So this, it's an intensely harmonious, and I say that, any aspect to Pluto is going to be intense, and Mars is no different. Well, it is different, but it's when Mars and Pluto are in a positive aspect, it creates that unstoppable internal will. Okay. If Mars is the warrior and Pluto is the god of ultimate transformation, there's you definitely know that there's something going on. So this aspect in a natal chart would be one of transforming oneself and others with an ease of power, is the way that I kind of wanted to frame it for you. There's no need to abuse any type of power with this aspect. It flows easily. You're able to, get things done without power struggles, without the power plays, as they would say. It's through that deep force of natural will on an internal level that can see people moving the seemingly immovable structures with that stubborn tenacity of Mars in Taurus, right? So with Pluto in Capricorn and Mars in Taurus, this is really having a nice conversation and overhauling and kind of taking out at the root what it is that's wrong and transforming it into something that's usable, if that makes sense. Also this week, we do have Venus entering the ever clear waters of Pisces. And so you can think, I didn't talk about this last week. I was more focused on the actual first quarter square that was going on this past week with the sun and the moon. But happy solar return to Pisces. I really hope that this is a stellar year for you all. I'm kind of partial to Pisces anyway because my moon is in Pisces. So there's that. But like with Venus entering Pisces, think the deep mountain lake or the crystal blue oceans of that tropical climate. Connections made, because Venus is all about connecting and, bringing people together. Connections can be made while traversing the crystalline waters. The people coming in and the people that you're meeting can be ephemeral and spiritual and transcendent in nature. I think that the only hard aspects that she's making, I haven't looked that far ahead, just because I've been focusing on other things and focusing on learning on going through some of the courses that I'm taking to learn Hellenistic astrology. So I think that the only hard aspects that she makes are going to be to the nodes. because I think that by the time she goes through Pisces, Mars will have just moved, Mars will move into Gemini, but I think that they're going to stay out of orb of the square. They're moving closer together for the sextile and the conjunction later on in the spring and summer, which is going to be exciting. So with Venus in Pisces, this is an up-leveling with relationships. So something that people have been, you know, friends and clients and family members have been telling me, it's like all the things that they worked on in 2020, it's like when we started this year in January, it's like all of a sudden, okay, now you have to level up. Now, all the things that you wanted to accomplish this coming year, you need to walk the talk, you need to let go of the baggage, and you need to level yourself up, because otherwise it's not going to be fun. And that's kind of what this tells me too. There's an up leveling with relationships, with money, with spiritual practices, that will need to happen to be able to release that old baggage and move towards where it is that we're going with this Venus in Pisces. And so also on this day, the sun will be in a really nice sextile from Pisces to Uranus in Taurus. So sextiles it's a very positive energy to have. It's working with other people. So with trines, generally, you know, it's an internal process. It's something that is an easy flow for you. It might not necessarily be you working with someone else, but a sextile is, right? Because a sextile is similar energy, but it's different from you. You would represent one of the planets in these, and then the other would be someone else. That's just something that I've noticed with sextiles, is that you generally work with someone. And so this is working together in harmony. You know, Pisces rules are deep spiritual knowing. The sun in Pisces acts like a beacon here. And so it's shining a light on our spiritual practices. It's shining a light on I mean, it can shine a light on our escapist tendencies as well, which is a thing here with Pisces. But the higher octave that I want to focus on, especially because it's a sextile, is that deep spiritual knowing, that knowing that we are all connected, the compassion, the humanitarianism, the, did I say compassion? Because compassion is a real big thing here. You know, and then where Uranus is in Taurus, you know, it's seeking out those earthly pleasures, you know, changing up and shaking up and liberating and overhauling, really, you know, what it is that we value and hold dear. So it could be working with someone, you know, to really bring down into the tangible reality that we live in a very spiritual, connected kind of energy. So really just bringing the spiritual down into a physical, tangible, manageable, if not, you know, zany, wild, or interesting, out of the norm kind of practice. So there is that as well. And then we do have Jupiter on the 26th coming into a trine with the North Node, and that's the final aspect of the week. You know, and for this, we can feel supported, we can feel validated with Jupiter in trine to the North Node and sextile to the South Node. Perhaps we realize what it is that we need to release and move away from, that is kind of that soapbox, big picture reality that we've been living, and realize that things are maybe not as cut and dry as we thought they were. And, you know, we can see the road ahead. We can see things clearing up for us, and a deeper understanding of where it is that we're going, and how to manifest the future that we want to materialize, because it's that big picture. It's like that fully formed, this is what I want it to look like. Let's implement this. So that is what that is. So now I will get into all 12 signs. So for Aries and for Aries rising, and I put all of the aspects here because I may or may not talk about all of them. I just wanted them here to remind myself of the different things that are going on. Now, for um, for Aries and for Aries rising, the sun in Pisces. Actually, let's start with the Mars trine Pluto. Um, just 1 second. I am filming this at an odd time. So I do have children. It will literally be like that for you, but for me, who knows? Okay, so with Mars in trine with Pluto, Mars is in your second house and Pluto is up in your 10th house. So there could be something going on that really needs your attention, that you need to rectify, that you need to solidify. There's something definitely that's going on where, Pluto has been going through, this isn't like, it's not like Mars hasn't tried Pluto in this position before, but we had that stellium all year last year with Saturn and with Jupiter and Pluto all at the end degrees of Capricorn. So now that they're moved on, now that they're out of there, this is just going to be another straight up Mars trine Pluto, but at the later degrees of Mars, at the later degrees of Capricorn and Taurus. So this is about mastery. This is about understanding where it is that you maybe, I mean, these both of these planets rule your 8th house, Aries, right? So one is in your 10th house of reputation, career, the legacy that you want to leave behind after you're gone. And the other one is in your second house of your finances, your money, your sense of self-worth, what it is that you value, your possessions. So for you, this could maybe have you feeling comfortable on a physical and a psychological level with what it is that you have, um, you know, with what you've accomplished and how far you've come, because there could be, there could have been upsets, there could have been roadblocks, especially, last year with the stellium in Capricorn. So this is nice energy for you of feeling set in who you are and what it is that you value and the things that you have done, and being happy with that. With the sun being in sextile with Uranus from your 12th house to your second house, I mean, this could be, again, I have a great example, but I can't really share it. This could be, this could see you having to spend money suddenly on this could see you having to spend money suddenly for something that you really enjoy doing behind the scenes. This could see you, I mean, with the sun here in Pisces, this is your 12th house. So this could be you dreaming something up, Aries, and being zany about it and spending money on it out of the blue, and having it kind of pan out in your favor. That could be a thing too with this. This could also see you, I would say, as an example, this could see you having to give money to someone that that's an acquaintance that has been ongoing for the last few weeks, where the sun highlighted in Aquarius, the the issues that you didn't know were necessarily there with your friends. And so now this could be a final, yep, here's your money, here's what I owe you, and we're done. So it could be putting something to bed like that. On a positive way, this could see you being really passionate about, maybe something that you're doing behind the scenes, something that you love to do behind the scenes, and deciding that you are going to spend some money to join that group or to join that organization that's going to further you along and get you ahead in some way, or get you involved in group, what's the word, activism, right? That's a word. Yeah, that's a word, activism. Tell you, this Mercury station is really throwing me. It's in square with my midhaven, so I'm just all over the place and I can't find the words, which is very unusual for me. And I'm having issues with it. So there is that. And that's really what I want to talk about for Aries rising people for now. And so for Taurus rising people, the Mars trine Pluto is happening from your 9th to you. So this could see you hyper focused and really deciding that you're going to go all in and dedicate yourself to a pursuit, either to a learning pursuit, to a teaching pursuit, or to traveling somewhere. Maybe you're done with the status quo. You're done with, what is going on with, out in the world, and you're just going to be able to travel because you know what, all these other people that are in charge are they're going to Cancun too. So, maybe it's time for you to travel and you're feeling really fired up and really passionate about it. And it's something that you want to do and it's a place you want to go and it's super affordable and you're going to go and nobody's going to tell you otherwise. Why would they? If, Ted Cruz can take off when there's a blizzard going on in Texas and people are dying, literally, why can't you? So, like, it could be something. No, I didn't. I'm gonna get in trouble for this. So it's fine, right? Like, whatever it is that has you passionate, whatever it is that you're laser focused on, whatever it is that you're like that dog with a bone that you just cannot get out of your head, you can do it, right? Like this is moving mountains out of your way to be able to accomplish what it is that you want to accomplish, whether or not it's, going back to school, whether or not it's teaching something, whether or not it's travel, whether or not it's writing that book, right? So it can it can show up in a few number of ways, and especially too, depending on the rest of your chart. For the sun coming into a sextile with Uranus, I mean, the sun is in your 11th house. So this is really good because this is highlighting your friendship zone. This is highlighting the people that you associate with by choice and really lighting them up and really honing in on the the humanitarian and the compassion and people coming together for a greater cause than just themselves. And in sextile with Uranus, I mean, this is you working with a person, right, in your friend group or in an organization or in a group setting, right? So there is that as well. So that's for Taurus and for Taurus rising. For Gemini and for Gemini, blah, 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 blah. So I'm sorry, Gemini. Oh, it's been a long day. So for Mars in trine with Pluto for you, this is your 8th house and this is your 12th house. So what this can be is this can be you really laser focused on what it is on like old wounds, old trauma, old baggage, and where it is that you're self-sabotaging and stopping yourself from living the life that you want to live. Because Mars is going to be, Mars is in the last decan of Taurus, and he's going to be moving out, I think, next week. Let me double check this. And when I say next week, I mean the week after I am filming this. So the first week of March. Yes, Wednesday the 3rd. So, he's coming through your sign. So you're going to feel really fired up and really passionate about something. But right now, it's what's going on behind the scenes for you. It's what's going on at that deep psychological, addictive level, even because, Pluto is addiction. Not Pluto is laser focused. 12th house is addiction. So Mars in your 12th house, things could be really coming to light for you, and you're understanding where it is that you self-sabotage and what it is that you need to do in order to heal that, and deciding to pull the trigger maybe on getting help for it, right? Like that, it could be that, or it could also be really honing in on and really understanding things behind the scenes, maybe like your dreams with Mars in your 12th house. I mean, you have Uranus there too, but that's been there for a while. So, but with Mars coming through and towards the end of this coming through your sign, your dreams could have definitely taken on that more Martian, violent, uh, cutting kind of tone to them. But with this Mars and trine with Pluto, you're going to understand where they're coming from. You're going to understand, you're going to hone in on and understand what traumas are causing these nightmares to happen. So that could definitely be something for Gemini rising people. With the sun in Pisces in your 10th house in sextile with Uranus in your 12th house, this could see you really focusing. I had to redo it, buddy, because I did. It's okay. I'm on Gemini. I only have 9 more signs. We're good. Okay, here you go. What? Sorry. I am a mom. So with the sun up in your 10th house, this, this is you focusing, this is highlighting and focusing on. And I mean, what it is that you're doing out in the world, how you're showing up in the world, what it is that you want to leave behind, what you're known for. And this is working in tandem with what's going on behind the scenes, right? So this could see you working with either a spiritual guru, a spiritual teacher, or you working, maybe doing something with like an ashram or a retreat center, or even like depending on what your profession is, this could see you working with a hospital, a hospital, or a brothel, or a rehabilitation center, and working with someone and doing something humanitarian and compassionate for those types of people. Um, so there is that for you as well. Yeah. Yep. Hopefully you guys can't hear them yapping in the background because they're calling daddy. So, and I do apologize. So for Cancer and for Cancer rising, Mars being in a trine with Pluto, this is happening in your 7th and in your 11th house. So all in 2020, Cancers, I mean, really for a few years now, you've been dealing with relationship, how you relate to other people, what's going on in relation to other people. And now with just Pluto here, this is the unadulterated version of Pluto, and it's in the final decan or deacon. I never really know how to say it. Everybody says it differently. But with Mars, in trine with Mars in your 11th house, this could see you breaking out and partnering up with someone either of a Plutonian nature, Or this could see you partnering with someone in a friend group, working with, because this is in sextile, right? Mars is in Taurus and it's sextile to your ascendant or sun or moon. So that could be you working with a friend group or someone online for contractual relationships with other people, for clients. This could see you creating a business partnership with someone as well, and really getting laser focused about what it is that you're going to be doing over the course of the next several, however long, and understand what it is that you need to do, where you need to show up, and how things are going to be laid out, which is really cool. For the sun coming into that sextile from your 9th house to your 11th house as well. For Cancer risings in particular, this could see you. I mean, the focus is on your 9th house. This is your higher belief system. This is your higher education, like college level education. This could be a certificate program that you're going through. This is learning. This is education. This could be you teaching something. And working with, again, that 11th house, the groups and organizations and associations that you have, working with them in order to accomplish this goal. Like, because your focus, this where the sun goes, our attention usually follows. So you're really focusing on that 9th house theme of education, of travel. Even maybe you decide that you want to travel. Maybe you have a friend that lives far away from you, and you decide, you know what, we're going to book the tickets, we're going to go, and we're going to hang out, we're going to see each other, and we're going to be together for whatever. um you know or this could see you working with weird, different, unique people in order to accomplish that higher education or that teaching pursuit that you're going for. So that's for Cancer and for Cancer rising. For Leo and Leo rising, Mars is in your 10th house, and it's been traversing here for quite a while now, forever. It's not a bad thing. It's just it fires people up. When wherever Mars travels, it creates passion, it creates fire, it creates tension, it creates drama. I know that's not a usual thing that people say with Mars, but I'm going to say it with Mars because I'm a Leo, and I can say that because I'm a Leo. I've been trying with Pluto, cracking myself up today. I haven't gotten a lot of sleep because I've had a lot of weird dreams going on. But anyway, so with Mars in trine with Pluto, this could be you. Like, okay, so Pluto, for one thing, is in the final decan of Capricorn. Mars is in the final decan of Taurus. Mars is going to move on out on March 3rd, and he's going to go into your 11th house. So there's going to be, a different, it's going to change. Things are going to lighten up, and things are going to get interesting and weird, which is a good thing, I think. But Pluto being in your 6th house right now, now you have the unadulterated version of Pluto. You don't have, Jupiter, you don't have Saturn, now it's just straight up Plutonic energy. So this could see you showing up in service and really being very hyper focused about what it is that you're doing out in the world, and hyper focused and moving mountains to create what you want to create up in that 10th house, and show up in service either to other people or to really transform your daily routines in order to show up in service of other people, and to really hone in on what it is that you need to do up there in that 10th house. I really talk with my hands a lot, don't I? So the sun being in your 8th house, this is highlighting insurance, taxes. This is, traumas. This can be debts. This can be other people's money. This can be insurance, traumas, death, taxes, other people's money. Yeah. I mean, it could be power struggles too. However, with Uranus up in your 10th, this you know, the sun is, your focus is on 8th house themes like trauma, healing, things like that. And with Uranus up in your 10th house, that's that Uranian kind of influence up there and disrupting what it is that you're known as or known for, or how people know you or who they know you as could be changing as well. And so you could be working with someone that is different and unique and a little zany and wild or weird and different up there in your 10th house. You know, I mean, this could also be working for some Leo rising people. Especially I know several Leo rising people that are actually really into occult practices and into astrology and into tarot and into magic. So this could see you working with someone else that is very different from you, but is going to show you how to do different things in terms of magic or astrology or occult practices and magic and alchemy and all of that, because really the 8th house, you know, that's your ruler. That's where your focus is on. That's what your focus is on. But it's going to be done in such a way as to transcend, right? Because Pisces is that very transcendent nature, to transcend the normal mundane reality that we live in. And it's seeing the connections that are being made everywhere else. Okay. So for Virgo and for Virgo rising, Mars trining Pluto is actually really nice because it's creating a grand Earth trine with your ascendant, sun or moon. Especially if you're in the last decan, or you know, towards the last decan of Virgo. So this is really, really good for you. You know, because a grand Earth trine, this is, our Earth trines are very stable, very long lasting, and they tend to really add value to the human experience. So for Virgo rising people, especially the rising, because this would be your physical self, you physically doing something, right? I mean, it would be similar for sun, but it wouldn't be as strong. I think it would be a little bit of a different flavor to it, depending on what your ascendant was, if you're listening. So listen to your ascendant, and if this is your sun, listen to this. It'll give you a little bit more depth and breadth of what it is. So with Mars in trine with Pluto, this is happening in your 5th house, and this is happening in your 9th house. So this could see either a lover, a child, you know, or a hobby, something that you love to do yourself just because you love to do it. This could see an internal switch for you, a deeper understanding and a deeper knowing of the world around you and what it is and how things are connected, and understand at a much deeper, much more focused level of what makes people, right? If that makes sense. Because Mars in your 9th house, this is, I mean, this could be education, this could be, you know, you learning something, whether or not you're learning with someone, or whether or not this is just you transforming how it is that you're thinking, and how it is that you're coming to that understanding. But this could also be travel, this could be education, this could be, you know, you either getting more education or you teaching something that is more honed, refined, focused, like that plutonic, like getting right to the root of what it is, finding that grain of truth in a well-told lie. That's Pluto, right? Like it's finding that small seed that, especially in Capricorn, that can be planted, that will yield the most fruit going forward, especially with, you know, in trine with Mars. I'm using farming as seeing this as farming. I don't know. Maybe some Virgo people are, you know, maybe you guys are going to farm. Maybe this is you laying out those plans, getting the education that you need to start the farm that you want to start, and really focus on the agriculture and doing what you need to do to make the world a better place. Especially that leads very well into the sun coming into a sextile with Uranus. So the sun is in your 7th house. And so this could see you working with a partner, working with a business partner, working with your spouse, even on understanding at a higher level with Uranus in your 9th house what it is that you need to do or what holes in the foundation that you have are. This could also see you working with a contractual relationship for someone, for some Virgo people, to teach, to go back to school. This could be signing a contract to go back to school on the dotted line. Or this could also be, you know, you teaching something, you deciding that, you know what, I really need to think outside the box and do something different. And that's what's going to happen. This could also see you, I mean, the sun in sextile with Uranus, this could see you deciding that you're going to take a trip with someone and go to a foreign country or a foreign place from you and take a little mini vacation or something as well. So there could be that too for Virgo rising people. That'd be nice. For Libra and for Libra rising, the Mars in trine with Pluto, this is happening in your 4th and in your 8th house. So this is behind the scenes for you, but this is you taking action. Excuse me. This is you really getting a much deeper, much more hyper focused understanding of where it is that you come from, what it is that you want to come home to, and what needs to change on a psychological level with Mars transiting, finalizing its transit through your 8th house of, what it is that you, I just lost my train of thought because I'm thinking of someone in particular and I don't want to. So this could be you. It's Mercury station, man. It's like throwing me this time. It stationed to go retrograde on my descendant. It's stationing to go direct and square with my midhaven and my IC. And I've been like super all over the place and muddled. But Pluto in your 4th house, Mars in your 8th, this could see you maybe working with a partner or someone, or maybe there's something going on with joint finances that needs to be addressed on the home front behind the scenes, and you really need to hone in on and get that deeper understanding of where the money's going, why it's going there, through possibly your partner, because Mars does rule your 7th house, Libra. So this could be maybe your partner is spending money, more money than what it is that they should be. Or this could be working with either a therapist or an occultist or something like that to get that deeper understanding of where it is that you come from and your lineage, your family. This could be working with magic behind the scenes. This could be starting that starting a alchemical practice, if you will, if I can call it that. And then also for the sun in a sextile with Uranus, this is happening from your 6th house to your 8th house as well. So there could be there could be some stuff going on. You're going to be very focused on what it is that you're doing on a daily basis and how that relates to the deep psychological impact, right? Like, so working with it could go a couple of different ways. So you could be working with a therapist and understanding your mental health, or this could see you really focusing on what it is that you're doing on a daily basis to be able to focus on those 8th house themes of, insurances, inheritance. Maybe it could be too, you have a health issue crop up, and you have a specific type of insurance. And so you need to work with the insurance company in order to pay for something that has come up for you. That could be a thing. when, like, I just get the feeling of maybe in a different way working on an alchemical process on a daily basis to liberate yourself from old traumas, old fears, old baggage, and move forward from that as well for Libra rising people. For Scorpio and for Scorpio rising, Mars in trine with Pluto is happening in your third and in your seventh. So Mars is in your seventh house. You're feeling, I mean, this is your chart ruler. Both of these are your chart ruler. And so them coming into a trine is really good for Scorpio rising people. So Mars being in your seventh house, you're feeling very passionate, very fired up about a specific contract or a specific negotiation or a specific agreement that you have. And there's very deep, very pointed, poignant kind of honing in on the communication that you need to make with these contracts, with these or with this contract, with either your marriage partner, a business partner, a client even, or clients even, and really honing in on that communication sector and let people know exactly what is going on, laying it all out, laying the foundation, laying the groundwork, and really honing in on the heart of the truth, right? Or the heart of the matter, heart of the truth. Yeah. Sorry, Mercury is stationing in square with my midhaven. That's all I'm going to say. So the sun in Pisces in your fifth house, this is fun. This is romance. This is sexy. The sun likes the fifth house. I mean, you know, the sun rules Leo. And if, you know, Leo has an affinity, the sun has an affinity. I'll say it that way, an affinity for the fifth house, because you know that's its place of joy, right? The sun loves the fifth house because it's expression, it's self-expression, it's being unique and fun and different and playful. And with Uranus in the seventh house, this could see you working in partnership on a hobby or on a project or on something that you find and have so much joy for, that it's lighting you up, Scorpio, right? So it could be that. It could be maybe your partner, your actual marriage partner comes home and tells you something and you're just filled with such joy, right? And it's like being romantic in partnership with that significant other. You know, it could be something like that as well. Um, you know, yeah, we'll leave it at that. That's all I'm going to say, and we'll move on to Sag. So for Sagittarius and Sagittarius rising, Mars in trine with Pluto is happening in your third house and in your sixth house. So there's definitely communication with right, third house, no, second house and sixth house. So it's yes, second house. I'm sorry, Sag. Second house. So this is your money, your possessions, your materials, your sense of self-worth, what it is that you value and find value in. Possessions. Did I say that? I think I said that. And then Mars, you know, in your sixth house, Mars is about to move into your seventh house, right? So Mars in your sixth house, maybe you've had some issues with having to go to the doctor because, you know, you've been on again, off again sick. This could see also feeling really fired up and really, I mean, this Mars traversing the sixth house is not fun anyway. But especially in Taurus, like if you're angry, you're angry. But with the trine to Pluto, this is really honing in on something that you truly value, you find value in, and ferreting out and really focusing on in a very plutonic way, in a very diligent, focused, hyper focused, obsessive way, transforming something that is going on in your day-to-day existence to be able to move forward once Mars does hit your relationship sector. in your one-on-one sector. So it's really honing in and transforming, you know, what it is that you do on a daily basis to be able to make room for what it is that you truly need, want, and desire on the daily basis. For the sun in sextile with Uranus, this is happening from your 4th house to your 7th house. So for this, with the sun, your focus has been on your home. Your focus has been on what you come home to. Your focus has been on what's going on behind the scenes and what it is that you like, your roots even. I mean, this could see some Sagittarius rising people receiving communication that is very shocking and unexpected from either a business partner or a wait, no, 6th house. Oh my God. So yeah, it could see you receiving unexpected news about maybe your roots and where it is that you come from. Maybe you know, I know there's a few people that I know that are Sagittarius people that have, you know, done DNA tests. So maybe there's something really shocking that shows up for you in your DNA. So that could be a thing because that's where you come from. That's where your focus is. Your focus is on your home and your family and your roots, your property, your ancestors, 4th house's ancestors. So maybe there's something that's having light shed on it because the sun is, you know, light, the sun in the 4th house in sextile to your 6th house as well. And that is, that's also maybe someone showing up in service for you as well, on the home. Like maybe you have a home repair, someone in your local community needs to come in and help you repair something in the home. That could be a thing too, because Uranus does rule your 3rd house of like local community and local places. But this could also be communication about a health issue that you have maybe kept under wraps as well, that maybe you're not talking about, but you find out that it's like a hereditary thing. And it could be that as well. So that's for Sag and for Sag rising. For Capricorn and Capricorn rising, you know, Pluto is in your sign. Luckily, you know, you don't have Jupiter and Saturn there anymore. So this is just the unadulterated version of Pluto going through the final decan of Capricorn. So depending on where your ascendant is, or sun or moon, if you're in the last decan, this is going to be hitting you in a really nice trine from Mars from your 5th house. And so Mars in your 5th house, this could see you really fired up and really passionate, you yourself, about something that I was just going to reiterate that you could be fired up about something that you're deeply passionate about. And this is something that is like a hobby, a child, a lover, a love affair. This could see you really focusing on what it is that you deeply desire to have, either, you know, as a hobby, as play, as fun, as romance, and really honing in and focusing and really deciding that, you know what, enough is enough. I'm going to take time for me. I'm going to be my crazy self, as crazy as a Capricorn can be. I mean, it could happen. I have hope someday. So maybe there's something going on where you are kind of really honing in on what it is that you want to create, what it is that you truly find absolutely fascinating and are passionate about, and excuse me, you want to continue doing, with a hobby or with a lover or a love affair. Or maybe there's something going on with one of your kids where they're feeling very passionate about something and you really hone in on and focus them on what it is that they need to be doing as well. So it's a positive. The sun in Pisces sextile with Uranus in your 5th house. So this is happening Capricorn, this is happening in your 3rd house to your 5th house. So this could be you communicating with a child about something that this could see a child communicating with you, or a lover or a romantic partner communicating with you, something that is kind of out of the blue, that is shocking, but that is really transcendent and really nice, because we do have Venus there, and the sun in Pisces is very transcendent and compassionate and understanding, and really very clear with what it is that is being communicated. So it could be that. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that and move on, if my brain is starting to shut down. It's almost bedtime. I'm filming this at an odd hour, Aquarius. So for Aquarius and Aquarius rising, Mars in trine with Pluto, this is happening in your 12th house, and this is happening in your 4th house. So this trine is happening, Mars has been traversing your 4th house. Pluto has been traversing your 12th house for a while, transforming, and releasing and really kind of eviscerating past lives, past life traumas, past life wounds, things like that. But with Mars in a trine with Pluto, this is laser focus and really like hyper OCD focus on what's happening behind the scenes, on where it is that you come from, or any self-sabotaging behaviors. Like, to me, Pluto in the 12th house, trine Mars in the 4th, this is you focusing on your own personal shadow work. Like, because with Mars in the 4th house, this could really see you being fired up about what's happening behind the scenes, and coming to that deeper, more plutonic understanding of where it is that you sabotage yourself, even though you may desire something, right? There's those words that are associated with Mars and Pluto. Maybe you desire something so much, but you're pushing it away. So it's really doing that shadow work, right? Like, I don't want to sound mainstream, like, Betsy, but anyway, Mars in trine with Pluto, this is you really honing in on those fears and traumas and old baggage, old wounds from maybe childhood, from your ancestor line, from even your maternal line, but from your family, from your roots, and really like digging it out at the root and understanding where you have self-sabotaged, why you have self-sabotaged, putting it down and move on for good, and bury it or burn it or whatever have you with Mars and Pluto, obliterating it, let's put it that way. But understanding where it is that it comes from, why you do the things that you do, and putting it to bed for a final time. So there's that with Mars trine Pluto from the 12th to the 4th, or from the 4th to the 12th. The sun in Pisces, this is your 2nd house of your value system. So the sun moving out of Aquarius, out of your sign, and into your 2nd house, this has you focused on your finances. This has you focused on your money, your material possessions, the things that you value, the things you find value in. And with Uranus in your 4th house, this is working maybe with working with someone behind the scenes, someone at home, someone from your family, even with finances, or with money, or maybe you need to spend money on the home because there's something that has happened, but it's going to turn out nicer. Or maybe you're going to make money with an at-home business, and you're really going to do it in a different and unique way than maybe what you have been up to now, right? So for Pisces and Pisces rising, I love my Pisces peeps. So Mars in trine with Pluto. Pluto is in your 11th house. And the thing that I really kind of like about this, that I've been talking with the other signs about, is that Pluto is by itself now. We don't have Saturn, we don't have Jupiter, we don't have any of the other planets in there mucking up the energy of Pluto. So this is really being very laser focused, and that more plutonic OCD kind of obsessive energy in that 11th house. But with Mars, Mars is in your 3rd house of communication. So this, to me, says that you're going to be communicating possibly over the internet with like I woke up with a new tongue. This could see you focusing on communicating via the internet or communicating in your local community with like-minded people and understanding at that really deep focus level what needs to change, how it needs to change, or whether or not you need to move, going forward, or whether or not, you need to change communities too, maybe to be closer to those friend groups. But this is you getting a much deeper understanding of the people that you associate with, the groups that you associate with, and how you communicate with them, and your communication style as well. So it's really that hyper focus kind of energy there. With the sun in your sign, Pisces, if you're a sun Pisces, happy solar return, happy birthday. And coming through, you're gonna see some positive energy here. Now, with the sun coming into a sextile with Uranus, this could see your focus. Wherever the sun traverses, that's where our energy goes, right? So you're focused on you. You're focused on what you want. And with Venus coming through, it's even doubly so. Like you're feeling really Venusian. You're feeling really sexy and really pretty and wanting to change up the hair or, put the makeup on or do something really nice for yourself. And so with the sun moving through and coming into that sextile, this could see you working with another person in your community to maybe, beautify your community even in a weird and different way, or maybe in an outside the box kind of way. This could see you having weird and strange communications that are really exciting for you because you're being lit up, or maybe you're getting compliments on something that you're doing. But with the sun in sextile to Uranus, this could see you communicating. Yeah, this could see you, this could see you communicating too about how you got to the place that you're at with your life, with your health, with your routines, and where that comes from, right? Like what you've done behind the scenes to be able to get to the place that you're at right now. That could be a conversation. So that is my all 12 signs forecast. So I hope you enjoyed this. Like, share, subscribe. This will be cross-posted to the Lilith Society. And so I hope you watch it there. I hope you watch my YouTube channel. And I am super stoked, super excited about the things coming down the pipeline. And yeah, it's going to be an awesome, awesome year. Let's do the thing in 2021. Let's do it. All right. So I hope you guys have a great week. See you next week.